Wow, interesting. So we're live? Oh, goody, goody. Goody, goody. Get your fucking... God, your slime is bothering me. Well, welcome to the fucking Dented Egg podcast, as usual.
God.
Shut up. Well...
It does. I'm gonna like remove him.
You give me zero warning every time we go live.
Introductions.
Every time. Do you want introductions or not? Fine.
I want good introductions.
Oh,
I
that'll
want like
never...
a staple like.
Oh, goody, goody. That'll
good
never
afternoon,
happen.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dented Egg podcast. I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Kong and Malkir. Say hello. You guys fucking butchered it on your own. Fuck you guys.
Wow, it's very aggressive this morning. Can I just say, especially when I say it's this morning and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's okay. I've only been up for a couple of hours, so it's fine.
Wow.
I'm on meds. What can I say? So I heard you nerds had a topic you wanted to discuss.
Oh, we have so much to discuss as well. So we've got for everyone who doesn't know, Endwalker's coming, which is huge, and there was a major job dump of a video last week.
I didn't watch it.
Did nobody watch it? Kong, please tell me you watched it.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can understand Miro not watching it because he's still back in Heaven's Ward or whatever in the story.
I'm in fucking Shadowbringers, you piece of shit. But I was actually in the hospital while it was live, okay? So fuck you.
Well, then you had nothing better to do.
Yes, I did. Fucking not dying. Summoner got a lot of changes in terms of like a rotation and their dots and new but the same pets. Just like everything's changed. Dark Knight and Astros are really upset. Not Astros, Scholars, sorry. Since now no one's gonna play Scholar. I play Scholar. I used to play Scholar. No, played. Come on. I don't play any of my jobs well. Well, here you go. Why don't you tell us your opinion of the jobs that you actually play, instead of giving your opinions on jobs you don't play? I was whelmed.
I don't want to interrupt you, but apparently
only I can be heard on the stream, and I think Sunny as well. You can't be heard for some reason. No,
Did you have you muted?
I
me?
fucked it up.
I think he broke it.
No, it's fine now. Well, there was a big monologue here that I fucked up. Yeah, because I changed my setup and now I have a good microphone, but I forgot to set the microphone in OBS. So, well, thanks for like getting this done in like the first 5 minutes. Oh shit!
Okay. Anyway, so Meryl, what jobs? I don't even know what you play. To be fair, what did you see at the Endwalker release? What are you excited for?
I don't know. Like, I only watched.
Great, awesome. Right, we'll
Shut
move on
the
to
fuck
the next.
up.
We'll move on to the next topic.
No, Lila sent me this video. She was like, "Oh, here, have some hospital entertainment," and the only thing I've actually watched was like this highlight reel of, "Oh, look at all the fancy effects that all the jobs have when they fucking use their abilities." So that's basically all I've watched from Endwalker.
I have to be honest. Like, if you like, as you were in the hospital and you told us like Lila sent you a video, like the first thought of me was, well, she sent you a documentary of like the gravest hospital mistakes ending in death
dude,
or something.
I wish.
And it's like that would be so her to some degree. It's like, oh, here, like you're in the hospital and like, look, here's a best of compilation of everything gone wrong at some point. So,
I'd be okay with that. Like that would be hilarious to me for some reason. I don't know.
yeah.
Next time, I'm gonna ask her to do that.
So we confirmed that all three of us are utter casual trash, and we shouldn't even like be allowed to care about
What?
the ability reveal.
Why me? Why me? I watched it.
Yeah, you watched it, but do you get it?
I do get it, and I spent hours going through Rive's breakdown, which, if you haven't read,
That's
is
a waste
really
of time.
good.
It is good, yes.
It
I'm
is
sure
very
it's
good.
good.
He spent like maybe 4 hours in Discord with
I think it
everyone
was 5
going through
hours,
the.
but,
It was a long time. I think I went to bed and woke up and he was still there.
yeah.
But yeah, it's super detailed.
Yeah,
So
I
if
did. I
anyone-
didn't read it because I didn't want to accidentally spoil something for myself. Because I'm like.
I mean, it's only job
Shadowbringers.
abilities, but it gives a really nice like scene by scene breakdown of what the new abilities are. I don't know.
Yeah, I intend to read it eventually.
I assume most of it is guesswork, or most of its stuff is figured out because of the way that we can see the UI of some of the spells going off. But yeah, like jobs got loads. We got loads of new stuff coming. It's going to be really good. Reaper looks great. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate how good Reaper looks?
I'm gonna give that a shot because I'm an edgy cunt.
Wow.
I didn't. I even tried to be like to trim my vocabulary to be more socially acceptable, and it's like, then he comes along and it's like. Anyway,
You're the one who asked me on.
Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, it's like I'm whelmed. Like, I'm more excited for Endwalker for like regions, which look incredible, and way more for the story. Like I play this game for the story usually. It's like I could do any class really and be like happy. Like I'm playing like leveling Black Mage right now, and it's like it's fun. It's like. I don't know. It's like if I have one major critique point for Final Fantasy, is it feels like while every class plays differently, none of the classes really have an identity, like in some form. It's basically.
I feel like it's mostly visual identity. Like that's the rotation seems similar. Obviously, I've
Yeah.
never done high end stuff, but like when I set up my buttons, I feel like, oh, here's the button that does this for every class, and it's always on the same hotkey, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I'm really like they. I would say the classes don't commit to like a certain design goal. As in, I would love to play Summoner if he would be way more dot based or way more pet based. Like it's always like you have
Well,
your
he
damage
was.
spell. He was, but he's not anymore. And like I started as an Arcanist. Like the first role I played in this game when I started leveling, I was Arcanist. So I went from there and was like, it was fine, and then I found astrology and I was like, hey, that's super hype as well. So I switched to that, but in general, like the roles don't commit or the classes don't commit to design fully, which is like why I'm kind of sad, because like, do I really care? Like for Black Mage versus Summoner, it's always like, yes, like as Myrtle said, like you have the same kind of spells, you bind to the same hotkeys, and it's just like maybe the order in which you press the spells changes something, but it's not like if there's like a purely dot-based thing without like maybe or like 1 or 2 normal damaging spells and everything. There's like I would like that way more than just, you know.
I think they tried having. So currently, like the tanks do this, the rotations are fairly straightforward and the same, and the DPS ones for ranged and melee and spell are slightly different, and the healers are kind of in this weird like pre-heal or post-heal setup depending on which one you play. I think that's fine how it is now. I think when they tried to do it where each role was individualized to such an extent, that was where we had problems. And I think that's, and I'm glad they've gone away from the more individual characters to a more broad idea of what a DPS should do. Because yeah, you're right. It is fun to jump between jobs and have a completely different like hotbar setup in terms of like how you do things, but I think it is better when every job has resources it can use. Every job has a bar. Every job has that big button you press when you get 3 stacks of said resource.
I don't criticize that. I just personally would like to like be more like limit down the spectrum of what, like I know there's like there's like difficulty for bosses in certain mechanics then, because obviously like if like a pure dot based mage would be like way better for like high mobility bosses because they're just dot and can run around and everything. But I feel like, yeah, for example, Astrologian, wait, does Astrologian have a dot? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's got like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but they're like every healer's like, for example, damaging spells would be like you have a damaging spell, an AoE spell, a dot. Okay, nice. When like everybody has like a dot, and then what was the melee class like? Samurai has like you apply that 1 dot. Like every class is basically 1 dot that you apply, and
yeah, because what I assume Square Enix don't want is high-end game or parties based on the jobs. So that not every party or every end game raid consists of a monk, a samurai, and a black mage, because those do the best
DPS or something.
DPS, yeah.
Yeah, in that instance.
I
get it.
I mean that high level like raiding and DPS checks are an entirely different kettle of fish in terms of like, because your average player is not going to be bothered and won't notice really.
Yeah. But
I think what they're going for is more of a bring the player and not the class sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like if I want to play Black Mage for a week and then go and change and play Monk for a week, it shouldn't be so jarring that I have to sit there for 3 days and learn a new rotation. The basic of the rotation is build up the bar, do big damage.
Yeah. Also, bringing the player, not the class, is the major reason why we're sitting here now instead of raiding, because nobody brings us.
It's also 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. No one.
You underestimate some people.
I underestimate a lot of people.
Anyway, like I'm more like I basically select my classes on whatever I feel right now I want to do in G pose, and I like the victory pose or everything. Like when I see a really good animation, I'm like, oh, I really want that. Oh, that's like level 70 mechanist ability. Oh well, okay, then I
Can we just point out that Machinist finally got a shotgun in Endwalker, which is going to be hilarious.
Didn't they get a chainsaw as well?
Chainsaw and a shotgun. So you did watch it.
No, I saw some memes about it. Like, okay. I'm out of bullets, but I'm not out of options, sort of thing. I was like, yes.
And
yes.
Scholar got a go faster button, which is what they've been missing for 3 expansions.
Next to the
that was a joke, by the way, for anyone
class
who
identity.
went above
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
Lila wrote me this message about that. She was very angry.
She
I
always
get
is
it
about
though. I
something.
get it. Like, why give one healer a run faster button?
Because he has
Yeah,
nothing
no, for
else. Like, you know, it's like that glue sniffing kid in the corner where you just go like, here, have a muffin, now fuck off. And it's like,
What?
I don't know.
You went from glue sniffing to handing out muffins.
I don't know.
How is that anything like Scholar and having a go faster
He's
button?
speaking from his own high
It's
school
something.
experience.
No, I was about to say, it's like, I don't know what you give glue sniffing kids, but it's basically, Scholar has been bastardized like over expansion. Like every expansion, it just gets more and more boring to watch a Scholar. And by now you have to really be a masochist to like play it to like in comparison to other, like, you can play a white mage. Everything looks good, the mechanics is fun.
Scholar went downhill when Astro was released.
Yes.
Because Astro was great because you had 5 different cards that all did different things. And it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always had a white mage and you always had a Scholar. And Scholar did shielding and pre-heals, and white mage did regens and post-heals, and it was great. And then, you know, Astro came along and went, here are a load of cards that buff individual members, but don't give the wrong cards to the right DPS because that is a DPS loss. And then Astro lost their cards.
Yeah.
And now they have, I think, 3 cards? 4, maybe 4? They got...
Yeah, next expansion is just, they beat you with a deck or something. It's like, reduce complexity. Like, that's why I stopped Astrologian, because it's like, from like, Stormblood, Astrologian was really fun. And then that went basically, oh, like, all, like, we dumb it down your complexity, which is like, yeah, I get why. But again, that's like, it's what Shadow wrote. It's like homogenization, and where it's like, yeah, it's like you're reducing variability and variety, because I really like to like, oh, this buff goes to this class, and you don't buff speed to monks or something because they're, or a mechanist.
Yeah, that was another thing.
And there was like a layer to it, like a bit of spice, you know. It's like basically by now every class is like a bit, you know, like, I don't know.
They're uniformed. I think that is the thing is everyone has their role. Everyone does their role slightly differently, but the same player going from monk to red mage will arguably do the same amount of damage.
Yeah.
I think that's what Square Enix is going for. And I get that because it's more accessible for everyone.
Yes. Anyway, should we move on? Because we talked about this, and I mean, 2 of us did. Like, I watched it as well, and I also watched or like read the write-up from Rive, which was amazing because I was sitting in the train. I was like, I couldn't watch it, and I was like, hey, I was reading along because it was like.
If anyone is in the FC and in our Discord that hasn't caught up with the Endwalker and wants a really detailed break down of it, go into the Endwalker discussion and scroll up for about 6 pages. It's somewhere at the top.
700 messages or something.
It's
like,
a lot of messages.
Did, yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything in my life that I would put that much effort into. And Rive did it just for about a 4-minute video. It wasn't 4 minutes. It was a lot longer than that.
It was 17 or something.
Yeah.
I actually
do we
really want to move on to the next topic. You know that.
Do we have any questions before we move on to the big topic? Because I'm worried about the big topic's just going to alienate Meryl for the next 40 minutes.
That's okay. I mean, I'm here because I'm handsome, not because.
Hey,
Well-
Meryl, have a muffin. Go fuck off.
Thank you. Wait, let me find my glue.
It has
before I
glue
move on.
icing.
do we-
Yeah.
Do we have any questions from people?
We have tons of questions.
Well, go on, rattle off a few of those, and then we'll do the discussion at the end.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's
So
do that.
Meryl.
Sorry to throw you into the spotlight there, Meryl.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, we were visited by this very handsome Rogadin for a few minutes.
I know, Mojo
And,
was here, and then he tried to get in the shot, and I don't think he realised that he can't be seen on stream, and now he's
No.
buggered off again.
But in his honor, I'm gonna ask one of his questions.
Oh, it's not anonymous. Oh yeah.
No, it's important that you know that it's him.
Okay.
Because he asks, if you could live in another country for a year, rent-free, where would it be and why would it be Ireland?
It wouldn't even be
I've-
Ireland. He knows
I've actually always wanted to go to Ireland, but only for a weekend.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
about
live
the
in
same.
Ireland.
No,
I
I
wouldn't
would
live in
go.
Ireland.
I would go there for a week because it's. I
Yeah.
mean, it has like some beautiful areas, but I would not live there.
And I only live like a couple of hours from Ireland, so there's really no excuse. I've just never gone.
That's fair. That's fair.
Where would I live?
So,
I can
Which-
answer this
which country?
quickly. It's Norway. Like, holy shit, you take out the biggest minus on Norway, which is rent and like cost of living a bit.
Is Norway really that expensive to live?
Norway
It's
is
very
like,
expensive,
Jesus Christ, yeah. No.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I think in Europe, not in the European Union, thank you, but in Europe, it is with Switzerland, it's the most expensive country to live in. Like, it's insane.
Sweden is generally not like super cheap to live in. It's not super expensive either, but the Norwegians go here to shop. And we go to Denmark and Germany to shop.
And then
Is that
Danish
just
people
because-
come to us. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
because like the standard of living is so much higher, or just like they have
No.
nicer houses? Or
No, it's more that I mean, I don't think their currency is that much stronger than ours,
Nope.
but it is a little bit. But they're just generally fucking wealthy, and they get paid a lot from
Yeah.
working. Like everything is turned up to 11. when it
If
comes
your
to it.
wages are higher, you can usually, like, as
Yeah.
a, for example, shop owner, you can request more for a like piece of meat than you could request from another person that has like lower wages in general. It's like the basic idea behind capitalism is like, you know, what's it called in English? The two factors where it's demand and what's the other one? Melchior.
supply.
Supply and demand, yeah, and you have like
Right. Okay.
like basically the supply in money is insane, so you can demand more of it and people will still pay it. Like that's like a huge point. So yeah, I would go with Norway, which is like the most beautiful country I have ever visited. It is insanely beautiful.
I'd quite like to live in New Zealand. I think New Zealand would be really nice.
That's
Just because-
basically the Norway for people who don't want to learn another language. You British muppet.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Yeah, Norway would be fun, and I think New Zealand would be good as well. What about you, Meryl? Where would you live?
Well, I'm sort of in the same boat as you with Norway, like that you were with Ireland. So that would be like sort of a cop out
Yeah.
for me, because otherwise that would probably be my answer.
You're right. That is a cop out.
Fuck you. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like
You
it
could
would
go
be
to
interesting-
Asia.
Yeah, it would be interesting to live in like somewhere completely different, like South Africa
a
or
complete language change.
no, South Africa would still be fine with English, but guess maybe like South Korea or something, or you know.
I mean, quite like wow, just go to North Korea and get a real change.
Yes, let's
Real
do
change
that.
of scenery.
Cool. North Korea.
North
let's
Korea,
let's
yeah.
go with that. Let's go with that. 1 year rent free, as long as I can fucking go back.
You can go there rent free. You just get arrested and then
Yeah.
be in a prison cell for saying something that we.
Or,
won't
I
repeat on
mean,
stream.
You could
That's
take like
true.
€100 or something and live there, like, and pay the rent for a year anyway. So it's like,
I don't think the conversion rate is that good.
No idea. I've never exactly looked up.
isn't it
But they do-
communist?
they do
Like,
how strong the North Korean currency is.
They do have those fake cities over there, though, don't they? That are all lit up when no one's living in.
yeah.
Potemkin villages.
I mean, I say that as someone who's not been to North, so I don't know, but I believe they have fake.
But do you
cities.
know what those fake cities are made of?
Wood.
Wood and
Maybe.
glue, and I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
that's
not-
where
they're
Meryl
not-
feels
yeah.
at home. It's like, oh, look at it, just sniffing the whole neighborhood.
Wow.
my entire neighborhood is made up of my drug.
Zero idea.
So, but yeah, we all agree not to go to Ireland.
No, that's not what we said.
We'd visit Ireland. We
would
wouldn't
visit
live
Ireland.
there.
I
Yeah, but
wouldn't
not
live
live there
there.
for a year. Like, the weather is
fair, I don't
always
know.
awful. But not much of a change for Melchior, but like,
Yeah, I mean England and Ireland historically have the same weather, miserable.
Yeah, same people as well. Miserable. Like,
I mean, I'm not miserable. I can't speak. I'm pretty sure Mojo's not miserable.
by the way, Melchior, do you want to play League of Legends later?
Yeah. Why? Is that another question we're going to answer?
No, but it's like the quickest way to make you miserable.
I like playing League.
That has nothing
only-
to do with nationality. Like that game makes everyone miserable.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
I
misery
am
simulator.
a happy little sunshine.
Yes,
How
with
many-
your 11 lost
Yeah.
streaks.
What lost
I'm
streak are you on?
still
11.
happy because
11.
I am like in zen with my personality.
11. And you know what
That
your
game
problem
a
is?
misery
Your
simulator.
problem is you keep changing roles and characters. Just pick a role and 2 characters.
Doesn't work for you.
Champions. No, I know. I'm still bad, but I'm just bad at League.
Anyway, so next, I would say next topic because we're drifting away from where would we live except Ireland.
Anywhere other than Ireland.
Yeah.
Thank you, podcast police.
Yeah. Sorry, Mojo, about not wanting to live in Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's lovely.
I would visit Mojo. Like they're like visiting is fine.
You have to be invited before you visit someone.
I'm not a vampire. I could just like hang out in the bushes next to his house or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, next question.
Who is your favorite Irish member of the FC and why?
Wait,
and why
fuck
is it Talon?
Mojo! It's
That's
not
Talon's
Mojo. It's Melek. I'll
No.
go with Melek.
It was Talon's question, but
Oh.
his real question was, what was each of your first console/gaming computer,
Oh.
N64.
and some of your memories from it, if you.
So my
have some.
first PC, my dad had a PC that he got for work, that he used a dial-up modem to dial into his work computer back in the day, and this computer only ran on Windows DOS.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had to use
3.1?
dial-up. I don't remember off the top of my head, and all I remember is that it had a few games on there, and one of the games was the original Prince of Persia, running off of DOS.
Ooh.
Which is
I had that too.
Nice.
I had that too.
I didn't have that.
So your first was Nintendo 64?
Yes.
Jesus, what a child.
Yes.
What a childhood.
It was amazing. Like my first game on it was, I got the bundle with Super Mario 64, and it was fun. And me and my mother used to play that together, and yeah, it's like after that, like when I was 6 years old, I got that when I was like also 6, but shortly afterwards, we had like a computer that I was allowed to use, and there my first game was Command and Conquer: Tiberium's Son.
Yes.
So
Well, my first was the original Command and Conquer, but still, great series.
Oh wait, I'm thinking right now. It's like, I think before Tiberium's Son, it was like we had this Little Big Adventure game. I think it was called.
Little Big Adventure game.
Yeah,
I recognize the name. Yeah.
I googled it. Yeah, Little Big Adventure. It's like a top-down weird game. It's like, yeah. Anyway, but that's the answer. It's like N64 for me, then a PC, and for Melchior, that's
A
DOS.
A DOS? Yeah,
Concentrate.
a DOS PC.
Merle, what was
Yeah.
your first?
Regular fucking old Nintendo. 1987. I was 3 years old.
Wow.
You were playing video games at 3 years old?
Yep. Well, I had
That's impressive, man.
my dad bought it for like the family because
Yeah.
I still had I think they had 2 sisters still living at home. I don't remember. They all moved out like before. I don't even remember them living at home basically. But yeah, I remember playing Super Mario Brothers at like 3 or so, and my dad and I played the first Zelda game together a lot.
Can I say something out of the box? Out of the blue? I hate Zelda.
Well,
I
that's
hate
that's
the
a
Zelda
podcast
games.
topic.
That's a
Holy
hot take. Holy shit. Yeah.
I cannot stand any of the Zelda games. I don't know what it is. Maybe I am wired differently to everyone else, but I cannot stand that little green prick.
Your inbreeding is showing, dude.
I just don't enjoy the games.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Merle,
It's not fine
we
because
discussed
everyone-
this. We're not making fun of him for being British. That's like, let's not go there.
Are we going back to like a callback to the first podcast?
Yeah.
Is the war starting up again?
Yeah. I mean, after that statement, like I will tolerate Melkir's shitty opinion, but
I can understand
Thanks.
it to a bit. I disagree wholeheartedly, but
Yeah, I know. And every time I bring this
can-
up with any group of friends, they're always like, "Are you insane?" And I'm like, "I just
no,
don't."
I can see it. I really
Yeah.
can. It's I feel like the Zelda games, with the exception of Breath of the Wild because it's very different, but they've coasted along on their name for a while. I feel, even though I think all the games have been good.
Says the people playing the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah, but I feel like there's bigger differences from one Final Fantasy to the other than the Zelda games.
I have played more Zelda entries than I've played Final Fantasy entries.
I've played most of them for both.
I mean, for me, it's like I wasn't interested in Breath of the Wild, but in general, I would say I don't
it's
think a
still
lot of
good,
them coasted
But
along.
Breath of the Wild is the least Zelda game out of the Zeldas.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I played that one and I liked it for the first half an hour.
Was it
I
the
liked-
time where you stared at Zelda's ass for like the beginning?
No,
Okay.
because that only took
Zelda's
that,
ass.
that only took 5 minutes. Come on.
You fucker. Zelda's ass?
Yeah. Isn't there like the scene where she's
Isn't-
like bending over and like?
In
You
the
don't
grass or
see.
something?
You don't fucking see that until like way later.
Oh, okay. I just saw the memes. I'm like,
No, you're thinking of like Link waking up in his underwear. That's what you stared at.
I didn't play the game. I didn't stare at anything. I just saw like memes and gifs. But
Right.
Anyway,
I mean-
I don't like the Zelda series. I apologize to anyone who's listening who's now decided to unfriend me and leave the FC. I totally get it, but it's just not a good series. I'm sorry. It's weak at best.
I mean, if I would be more militant about like my like video game likes and what you guys like and what you dislike, I would have to like, I don't know, murder you both brutally because Merle hates Tomb Raider and
I don't hate Tomb Raider. I think it's overrated, but
I'd agree with that sentence. I think Tomb Raider is overrated.
Oh wait. Okay, let's.
The new
start that.
games are fine.
Yes.
yeah, the new
The old games are dated at best.
Okay,
they
wait.
were dated when they came out.
I will give you the one that it's overrated to a certain degree, but I think the first Tomb Raider game actually like was groundbreaking as in what it did.
Yeah.
Like in adventuring, you have like jump puzzles, shooting sections, and like all in 3D graphics.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yes, jump puzzles. That was certainly something that
I
didn't
like
exist before.
No,
oh,
I'm
wait.
in 3D in combination with everything else. Like as a total package, I think it was groundbreaking at that time. Also, it
See,
gave a good
Shadow's with me.
female. heroine.
Shadow's with me. He says he's never played a Zelda game either.
Shadow.
I mean, Malkir, it's like when you're pulling Shadow for like a good point.
Yeah, Shadow's on Team Non-Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's a
he
win
hasn't.
for me.
He hasn't tried them though. Maybe he would like them if he did.
Yeah. Also, again, it's like I don't know. Anyway, do we move on to the next topic because
Yeah, next topic.
I
Malkir
got-
is sticking his.
I got
grave.
so thrown off now. I don't know what question to ask anymore.
Ask
That's
a
your
good one.
job.
So far, we've had 2 Irish questions.
Yeah.
We've never been so representative on this side of the pond.
So,
Ah.
Miro.
Well, okay, fine. Well, we've seen Final Fantasy 15 and Nier and stuff like that crossovers in Final Fantasy 14. What's your dream crossover and why? And don't say Star Wars, you fucking cop out.
Corey in the house.
Yes, I'm in.
No.
For the 2 people that got that joke in chat, thank you very much. What would I like to see? I'd like to see a Dark Souls crossover. Let's do that.
Oh, that's
that
a
would be
good
fun.
one. Oh,
That would be fucked.
Let's
but
have
so
a
good.
Dark Souls themed dungeon where if you die once,
You
that
have
is the
to redo
dungeon. Oh
everything.
no,
You die-
that's the dungeon over. You queue up again.
No, you die once, you die in real life.
Wow. Okay, it's not sword. It's not bloody Sword Art Online.
Oh God, don't remind me of that anime. Don't.
It's okay. That's a discussion for another.
Ah.
I could argue about that anime for days, but we won't.
I haven't watched season 2, and I'm happy for it for some reason.
You're better off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Souls dungeon. You get half the HP and stats you normally would because you're soulless or whatever it is.
Hollow.
Hollow, thank you. Most of the bosses will kill you in 2 to 3 hits, and if one of your characters dies during the dungeon, they have to requeue and come back in with a completely new set.
You have a limited set of heals.
Yeah, no, not a limited set of heals. Like you still got your spells and stuff, but you have to do everything pitch perfect in every fight, otherwise you restart.
I'm still
And say
thinking.
if the main tank dies on like the first boss, that's it. You don't have a tank for the rest of the dungeon.
That would be such a dope challenge mode.
It wouldn't. It would be horrible. It doesn't work.
I'm still thinking about what I would want. Does it have to be like? Usually, it's Japanese games. Could it be like really?
It could be
anything?
No,
anything.
it's
Let's put-
any. It's
Let's
any.
put Red Alert. Red Alert in here.
Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer
Yes.
themed mount. Let's go.
You get a mammoth tank or a mammoth Mark II walker.
I don't know. I'm like a conflict. There's so much good stuff out there. I really don't know. I'm lost for like a good crossover event. It's like I would have to double check like.
Sitting while Kong thinks of the 80 million
Yeah.
games he's played, sitting here in Costa del Sol, the perfect one that comes to mind is Mario Sunshine.
Never played that one.
Have you never played that one?
No,
Okay.
I never.
So
had a
yeah,
GameCube.
that would be really good. You could go around
Yeah.
with a little jetpack with like water and clean up Costa del Sol. Fight a giant Bowser with water guns. I don't know.
That could be fun.
That could be good.
I think Euro Truck Simulator.
Jesus.
No.
I'm actually trying to think of like a good one.
Yeah, I am too. Honestly, like
What would be a good crossover? I have to be honest. I will go with. I kind of want something like I like adventure games. That's the point. And it's like I would take something where it's more a dungeon. Like I will go with the Uncharted or Tomb Raider. I've never played Uncharted, but it's like I heard it's
Have
like
you
kind
not
of
played Uncharted? It's
because
like
I don't have a PlayStation because I have principles. You fucker. No,
He says, while
but
playing
You can
the-
have my PS3. I will send it to you with a copy of Uncharted.
If you come here and pick it up, you can have my PS4.
There you go.
I
don't know
will
if it-
think about
I don't-
this.
I don't
Oh,
own the
you
game.
you can have my PS3. I don't use it.
You cannot have my PS3.
I-
It's my old fat one, and it's beautiful.
I think I will just buy one if I want one. That's like I don't care as much. But I will go with a Tomb Raider-ish dungeon where it's like I want to have like a dungeon that involves jumping puzzles where people can fail, like kinda like the weird Shadowbringers Ferry dungeon where in the end you have to like go down the line with a boss, you know, that like.
Come on.
The
use your
fiddler.
words.
Yeah, like the fiddle boss that goes like, oh, you can fall
Fiddle
down.
boss.
And it's like, I want a dungeon with jumping puzzles and like timings and do stuff like that and be like happy about it. And then have like more of an explorative dungeon then. And it's like, that's like more of a 90s game design as in, oh, you have to backtrack and you have to go here and there, and this is more like an open area, and things change, and like just make one big dungeon for exploration. That would be
Sounds
mine.
horrible.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like your Dark Souls boss idea, like dungeon idea where people permanently die. It was like so much better. I merely went like, yes, thank you, Mizu, it was done, Mac. That's the one.
Don't make, yeah. Well, wasn't there one in not Heaven's Ward, Stormblood,
The Suzaku one.
Bradam's Metal, wasn't that one where you don't actually fight a boss? You have to cross loads of stuff.
I like that so much. It was such a fresh idea to do like this.
And yeah, the Dark Souls armor that Shadow's talking about is the Crypt Ringers stuff. Sorry, the Crypt Lurkers stuff. That's the. I mean, people say it's Dark Souls inspired because it kind of looks Dark Soulsy. I don't know if it is inspired by Dark Souls.
Also, a non-shitty Pokemon crossover, which is not that weird. Like, there's like that weird other pocket monster thing where it's like yokai. Yeah, and it's like, I just read it and I was like.
The problem with that event and that Yoko Watch thing is stupidly popular in Japan.
With whom? Yeah, okay.
Like stupidly popular.
So are octopuses, just not for the right reasons.
Wow. I had a point and I've lost it now because you were talking about bloody octopuses.
And you imagined it.
Anyway.
Yes.
I think there should be like a they remake housing and gardening and do a Stardew Valley crossover.
Oh, that would be good.
Wouldn't it?
That would be good.
Right?
Lila would love that because she is constantly playing Stardew Valley.
I have never played that one.
Have you never played Stardew Valley?
Oh, what a waste.
I just don't care about anything that is resembling Harvest Moon. I'm like,
600
was so good.
666.8 hours.
Do you really?
Started.
Holy crap. That's a lot of hours.
I mean, he's always in the hospital. It's like
so
he has the time.
But that's the thing. But,
I'm playing it on my PC. I haven't played it in the hospital.
Games like that are so good for that very reason that you can just come back to them and just play them a little bit and suddenly there's 6 hours of your life gone and all you've done is pull up a load of grass.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but it's great.
I have a fuck ton of mods too as well. But I mean,
it's going back to that octopus.
No.
Give me a Cthulhu crossover.
No. Cthulhu crossover.
I actually lately I played Call of Cthulhu, like that weird game from 2000. I think it was 18 or something. Like it was like a newish and it's good in quotation marks graphics. And it was like.
Is that the Sunken City or something?
No, it's just called Call of Cthulhu. Okay. And it's like an investigation detective story more than a shooter.
The point and click, yeah.
No. It is no. It's FPS perspective, everything, and it's like you shoot people at some point, and like, but it is like it is a 3D detective story, and it's like and it's really good. And I have to be honest, it's like. I went there like after like it was the second single player game after playing Odyssey, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was like, it took me 6 hours, like 7 hours to finish. It was a story from like start to finish, coherent, no side quests, no anything, and it felt amazing. And it was like I wouldn't pay $40 or something for it because it's like it was short, but actually I kind of would if it's like if it was better, like it was still good, but. Playing a game and just being finished after 7 hours of like a consistent story being told and
it's nice,
good gameplay. Yeah, it was like I don't have that much time. I was like I had one weekend and like it took me like 1.5 weekends where I had like some time, like 7 hours gaming for 2 weekends. It's not a lot. Like based on my university standards and everything, like I played so much.
I just don't want to pay £40 for a game that only lasts 7 hours.
That's why I bought it on the sale for $7.
I know, but that's
also understandable.
I'm happy for short games. Like bring back the games with single playthroughs.
Yeah.
As long as they're good, I'm fine with it.
Or
don't charge me AAA prices for a game that is a single playthrough and can be done in about 7 hours.
I don't know if the quality is really, really good. Like if it's Bioshock level quality and we go like to 15 hours of gameplay, I think 40 years is fine.
But Bioshock's a AAA game.
Yes.
It's packaged and sold to you as a AAA game. If it lasted 7 hours, you'd be really cross.
It depends. If the 7 hours are really, really good, would I?
Yeah, if it was only the single player, yeah, probably. Like Doom, both Dooms are really good.
Yeah.
Are AAA games,
Yes.
cost upwards of £50,
Yes.
but could probably be done in about 10 hours each.
Yes.
But they do have the online mode and the collectibles and
Which
the story.
I've never
and,
played.
You know. No, well,
I played a little bit of the online in Eternal. It's great for what it is, but it's just not for me.
But the point is, like, I think well-crafted 7 to 10 hours, like really well done. Like, I would prefer if studios would invest more into story writers, quest designers, gameplay designers than they do into graphic designers. Like, I get it. It's important that it looks good. But
name a game that is under 10 hours,
yes,
story is really good,
yes,
and isn't a AAA game.
Call of Cthulhu.
Other than that one, which is the whole point around this discussion.
Oh my god, I need to.
I'm really gonna put you on the spot now.
Let me.
Well, while you think,
Yes.
what about like older games like the Monkey Island games?
No, we're not
What-
talking about those because they're different generation.
Uh,
I'm talking about
that's-
right now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, how do you feel about those? Like,
Point and click adventure games do not sell well. No.
I know, but like, how do you feel about them?
I love them. I think they're great.
Cool, because I mean,
I think they're a step up. I think they're a step up from visual novels in that respect.
that's fair.
They're effectively more complex visual novels, and I say more complex, but effectively you just use every item on X until X works.
But yeah, the length of those I feel like come down to your puzzle solving ability. But generally speaking, I mean, obviously you can speedrun them really fast, but
Yeah, if you
they're
knew,
still
if
like
you,
they're
if you
still
knew
like
where to get
10-hour
everything.
experiences or
Yeah.
so. Like, I'm
Those-
okay with that, but I don't think they ever cost like $60 or whatever. I don't think they were ever that expensive.
I'm taking a look at my library right now, and I will go toss in Divinity Dragon Commander, which was a really good game. It played through it like less than 10 hours, and it was fun. And it had good story, good writing. Like, I liked it personally. It's like I don't
feel like that's
The game was released in
AAA.
2013.
Yes.
2000.
I don't play too much like current generation games.
Clearly.
I mean, you get a lot of those games on like consoles, like console exclusive
ever
games.
played-
Like, what was that?
Halo,
fucking-
any Halo can be done in less than 10 hours.
Yeah, like what was that on fucking PlayStation 4 whenever it came out? Order or something. Like a fucking 6-7 hour game that was really high priced and the fancy graphics, and then it was over in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Order something 1886.
Some are just tech demos for like new release consoles. So it's
Yeah, that when it comes to those, I feel like no, they do not give you value for money.
No, because it's usually it's really just a tech demo. Again, like proving, like not going for my point, where it's like I want to invest more into like game designers and story writers and like good story writing. I would also toss in there. I was just like, I like the Mirror's Edge games, which are like really well done and can be done in less than 10 hours easily.
Yeah, I'm with you on
that's
that.
That's a AAA game.
I don't care about if it's AAA. Like you like I don't care who makes them. I would just want to have like good games.
But is there not a correlation between game length, price, and the AAA label? Is what I'm saying.
What?
Are all AAA games expensive and don't last very long?
There's an obvious joke here that I will not commit to.
Fine. We've only got a short amount of time. Do you want to go on to the topic? The topic.
We can.
15 minutes.
I mean, we need to like overextend a bit because I fucked up in the early and we missed like the first 6 minutes. So we add that at the end. We need to give the fans something to like, you know.
Oh God. Okay, so for everyone currently listening, I deeply apologize for what is about to happen, but the next 15-20 minutes could be just an argument between me and Kong. So if that isn't your thing, feel free to shut the stream off. Go somewhere else?
Isn't that something we should have as a disclaimer before every podcast?
Because we've always said that we're not allowed to discuss this topic in the FC chat, in the FC Discord.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
It has been banned. Like after I went overboard at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I didn't but I went overboard, and after that it was like Yeah, basically you asked Lila, and then it was like, and everyone agreed and was like, yeah, we should.
It was a casual Wednesday, and we basically argued for 2 hours.
I think I talked continuously for 70 minutes or something without like there was a big monologue where I'm like raging. Yeah. You just went like, but I think this, and I went like that was the only sentence like 10 seconds, anyway, and I was like.
The topic that me and Kong aren't allowed to talk about, which is quite rightly, is anything to do with Star Wars.
Yes.
Because arguably we're the biggest fans in the FC.
Yeah.
Arguably. I mean, if anyone wants to challenge that, feel free, because we'll have you on.
Yes.
No one has a sport.
No one has. Kong.
Yes.
What did you think of Star Wars Visions in general?
It's amazing. Okay, wait. Okay. It starts off very strong.
Just in general, the overall.
I want more. I definitely
Fantastic.
want.
Okay, so we agree on that then.
Yes. Give me
Wake me up when you guys are done, please.
Yeah, we will do.
Yeah.
Cool. What did you think? So, which was your favorite? Story.
Village Bride. I would go Village Bride into Ninth Jedi into the Duel.
That's interesting, because I would do Ninth Jedi, Village Bride, and what was it? The Padawan and the Duel. Is that the one?
What?
Not the Duel.
No, you mean the Elder?
The Elder, yeah.
It was. I liked it. It was good. Like Elder was definitely good. I actually enjoy. Like, are we doing spoilers? We should put a spoiler tag now that. People...
No, fuck it. It's been out a week. I don't care. We're talking.
It's not even about a week. It has been on for like since Wednesday.
It's been out for 4 days. If you haven't watched it,
if you're not, then you're not a true fan, and it's like
Don't say true fan, because that will get really.
Fucking spoiler warning for Star Wars Visions.
Spoiler warning for Star Wars Vision.
Okay.
It's amazing. Go and watch it. Turn off the stream.
I will not watch it, so it's fine.
Right.
So the Elder, I liked the twist with the Padawan surviving. I actually thought he was dead at that point.
I thought he was dead as well. Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't rank high because, I mean, it was a Trigger Studio one, and it's like. I don't like it was too. There was no setup. There was like no coherent story. Like I feel like it was just like we're like two dudes and we investigate this, and then it's like suddenly Sith Lord, and you go like,
I think a problem with stories in this context is that they only get 15 and 20 minutes.
Yes, but
so my biggest thing in the Ninth Jedi, is how easily. One of the Sith acolytes turns good in like 3 seconds.
Yes.
That's my biggest. That's one of the biggest gripes of that. But that is entirely down to the very short time limit they get to do a beginning, a middle, and the end.
Yeah.
And I think, however, of that one gripe, that is the best episode for me.
But I think, for example, like in 90 minutes, the Village Bride does the perfect world building / character development / story development, because it goes like, like you see people, and for example, you see the Jedi in the beginning, and you get it teased, like there's a logical step, like, oh, this is like a Jedi, like there's something weird about her, and she's definitely not a normal citizen. So you logically, if you're not a normal citizen in Star Wars, you're like kinda a Jedi or a Sith. Some people will now have like PTSD from Star Wars Galaxies, but like that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And it's like it flows very, very concisely. It's like it goes over well, and you go like, yes, this is everything I kind of expected. I'm this is what I expected, but it's still surpassing my expectations at the same time. And it's just a really good flow, and I love it. And it's like such a good episode.
I love the character design. I love I even like the look of the lightsaber, which is something I didn't think I was going to like, because it's more samurai sword like than what I usually like about lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wait, there were no umbrellas?
oh, the
We're
umbrellas
talking
in
about
episode
this.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I thought everything about those 2 episodes was almost perfect, but the Ninth Jedi for me was the better story. Mostly because that twist
Yes.
at the end, you don't see it coming. There's not even a hint of what that could be, and then all of a sudden they turn the lightsabers on and boom, there they are.
I will go so far to say basically Ninth Jedi had the better story. I just do enjoy the animation style and the
absolutely,
way more. Also, the time she stops the blast shot. Like, basically, there was like a certain frame of 2 minutes at the end of the episode where I have to be like, there was an erection evolved that was so rock hard because whatever I saw on the screen was so good. It's like, everything, like, you posted the heels. It's like all of that was just
those heels are amazing, and for my first time in my life I went, man, I really wish I could wear high heels.
Yes, holy shit. It's like actually there's like a huge discussion in for example the tabletop fandom in which I participate about battle heels, and I'm like, if it looks good and it's fun, like don't like, it's sci-fi, like don't argue about people couldn't move like it. It's like they're Jedi, they're like whatever, like cyber enhanced and whatever, so just accept it and just roll with it and be happy about it. It's like whatever.
And I thought I did quite a lot of digging around once Visions was released, looking at people's opinions, and I'm really happy to like say that almost every comment I saw was positive.
Yeah.
Like across the board, and I even went onto some Star Wars forums that are generally quite negative of anything that isn't the original 3. Even most of them liked it and said that there was stuff that they enjoyed about it.
I will say the biggest point I took away, like I love that they took a lot of risks.
I don't even think they took risks.
No, but they were allowed to be like,
I think the studios just went, screw it, we're just going to do our own thing, and then or Lucasfilm or Disney went, okay.
Yeah. So one of the main thing, like the main thing I hoped for, which I was like kind of fulfilled but kind of disappointed as well, was I wanted to see a Sith being a good person. Like I don't like the good old, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys, because there's like a whole lot of philosophy buried in like basically what is good versus evil. But all the extended universe and the prequels and whatever came like KOTOR, which came before the prequels, everything, there's like so much world building that expands on the philosophy side. I will agree, in the original trilogy it's clear cut, Luke is the good guy, the Jedi are good, and the Sith are evil. Duh. Like they didn't even name them Sith. And later on it's like, for example, the prequels, the first Sith like we meet there, like except no talking Darth Maul and evil Palpatine, is Count Dooku, who's like, he's like more of a political person that's like less, I'm mustache twirling evil, but I'm like, the first time he captures Obi-Wan, he's like, just join me, like we can talk this out, we like there's need like a more moderate version of Sith, where it's like,
I think agreeing with what you're saying, I think the first episode with the 2 Sith,
I will go there, yes,
and the 9th episode, well, not the 9th episode, the 9th Jedi, is when you watch those those Sith acolytes die, they generally seem to care about the other Sith dying.
Yes.
And in the and then to go back to your first question, is that there are 2 Sith that fight in the first episode. Yeah. One with the brilliant umbrella lightsabers.
Yes. The way it shredded the gun was like so fun. Like holy shit.
Which is just pure fun.
Yeah.
Like they just took and something. Yeah, let's just have an umbrella with lightsabers at each spine, and it works. Mm-hmm. And it functionally, it looks stupid, but at that point, I'm so invested, I just don't care.
And what's it called? The lizard man. Is it? It's with TH starting, but Thrandoran.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like how he gets like split apart like a fucking pizza. It's like.
It's just the whole Visions thing can be summed up as Star Wars fun. It's just fun.
Yes, and
there are some serious notes throughout some of the episodes, but it is just fun.
Yeah, and I mean that's the main point of Star Wars. It's like just
Yeah, it's science fantasy.
Yeah,
it's not science fiction. It's science fantasy, which I think a lot of people miss out on.
And that's where we'll actually jump to defend the sequels, which is like a rare thing that happens. And I'm going apart from my major point, but it's like I had friends, like I went to watch The Last Jedi, for example, and they were like, boo, like the light jump, the hyperspace jump that splits the fleet in half, basically. It's like, oh, that's such shit. It's like, that's unrealistic, and it's like, that's bullshit. And I'm like,
but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I was in the cinema, and it's
like
such
a good scene in the cinema.
And it's fun, and I came out of the movie, and it was like, it's just fun. And I mean, yes, of course, I miffed that like Luke was basically a bit butchered as a character, but it's like, I had enjoyment. I will watch the movie again. Is it like a good Star Wars movie? I would say no, but I don't want to ask a question. Basically, it's like, it's just, you know, Star Wars is like, it's just fun, and it's like, if it's not good, I don't care.
Just coming back onto that sentence, I think yes, it is a good Star Wars film. Is it a good film? Probably not.
Yeah, okay, like this. It's like, does it entertain children and adults alike?
Is it designed primarily for that wow factor when you're like 10 or 11, you've gone to the cinema with your parents, and you sit in and you see that ship cut in half, a Star Destroyer, and the entire screen goes black and there's a big flash. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like the new films aren't meant for us. They're just not meant for us. They're meant for the next generation of Star Wars fans.
Yes.
And everyone else could fucking like it or lump it, because you're not their target audience.
Basically that. Also, I actually want to get back to my main point, which is I wanted to see a Sith being, you know, emotional.
Not good, but on the borderline of like, I'm a Sith, I'm still like full of passion and rage. Yeah, but I'm not just twirly mustache bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not bad. I don't have to be good, but it's like, it's like the whole alignment discussion in pen and paper role playing. It's like, I hate this. It's like, no, your lightsaber is bad, so you need to kill the kid that is like next to you. No, it's just like, I loved in the duel that he's like, you know, he's a loner. He like, in the whole point of being a Sith is like, you control the Force with like, you bend the Force to your will, while Jedi are like, I let the Force guide me. But he went basically like, yes, he bends the Force with his will, and he's like a Sith, and he's like more to the power side, but he uses the power to help people. Like
I don't know if he did it to help people, or if his goal was to take out that specific Sith, and they just happened to be there.
Yeah, okay, and like there's a scene where he just walks through the village and like ignores people getting shot. I mean, that's true, but
he doesn't actually save anyone through that entire on purpose. You know, he just turns up at the right time.
He saves the people with a droid that shoots the rockets.
But like indirectly saves them.
But he gives the droid the command to save the villagers. So
that's
it's like
true.
he
that
saves.
Is true, yeah.
So he doesn't like doesn't go out of his way, but no, he actually does, because he's like.
But is he just reducing the numbers so it makes it easier for him to?
He's not even there. He can kill her and just be on his way with the river and be like, fuck the village.
But I think he knew, if we're really going to deep dive into this, he knew that he was going to be outnumbered, and that there would be a point where he would need backup to take out the underlings.
Let's agree on that he's not a bad guy.
No, I think he is a bad guy. He is a bad guy. He's killed like 8 Sith already, because we can see all the kyber crystals in his jacket. He is a bad guy, but he's not the same bad guy, say, as Darth Maul in the prequels.
Who actually gets better in Clone Wars?
Who actually does become a genuinely good bad guy. Yeah. That's a weird sentence, but he's a better developed bad guy because of the Star Wars Rebels.
He goes more like, he does despicable things, and I will not spoil. Actually, like, if we spoil Visions, we can spoil Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But the whole Duchess Satine thing is like, holy shit, that's gut wrenching, literally.
He does bad things because he is a bad person. But he's not
Yeah.
such a one-dimensional bad person as he is in Phantom Menace.
And in the end, like have you watched Rebels?
Yeah, I've
like
seen
the end of Maul is very
it's
very
great.
well done.
It's
And
so
he-
great.
Yeah, and he like yes he has rage and he's like
And I want to see that in the Kenobi series.
Oh, you just remind me. Oh yeah, that's such a good scene.
That there could be an entire episode.
Just
devoted-
his, like Obi-Wan's perspective, how it leads to definitely.
And I think it would be great for Obi-Wan to doing something completely randomly, and for the last 15 minutes to be Maul and Obi. That's how I would do it.
Like some mystery detective stuff on Tatooine that leads to him being there. Yeah, and he just kind of knows. Yeah, okay.
And then
But one thing, let's get back to Visions. One thing. I watched it. Like I watched the last 3 episodes today because I was like preparing for this podcast. I knew this was coming up. Lop and Ocho.
Yes.
Did you like it? Did you not?
It works as a great story. I don't know how much of it works because it's just got Star Wars themes running through it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Star Wars story? I don't know.
I would say it's really.
Could you take the Star Wars out of it and it still be a good theme? Yes, because it's a tried and tested.
Yeah, it's very basic.
Like trope, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. I have to say
I did like it. Yeah, I did like it. I thought the fight scenes again let it down a little.
Yeah, and the engraved lightsaber because it was like, what the fuck?
But then again, fine, go nuts.
Yeah, sure. I'm not criticizing it. I'm like, I saw it and I was like, how do they do that? But yeah, it's science fantasy. We don't care. It's fine. It was fun.
It doesn't need explaining.
I want to see more of the alien race because I was like that.
Well, that is a canon race. That bunny.
Really?
Yeah, it is now. It is a canon race. Yeah, there is a Star Wars graphic novel that has one of the main side-ish characters as one of their races, and I forget the name of their race, but they are a canon race.
Before we go to what else, like if you say comics or anything, there's like the other topic that I really want to see as a series, but I actually liked it. Like it is ranked number 4 for me because I love the designs. Like the Imperial officers all looked super dead.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, that's so good.
I wonder if they meant to put him in a admiral jacket.
No, that's just like an ISB officer.
Yeah, but he's dressed in fully white, and I wonder if that's a mistake, and he should be in grey. But that's like a really minor thing.
But the ISB is in white, not in grey. Officers, like naval officers, are grey to dark grey to like I think and actually ground forces. I think the officers are grey and the naval are like the black dark blue thing. That's like you see usually. Oh, I don't remember. It's like it's like so much.
See, ISB aren't white.
Yeah, they are.
They don't have white. They don't have white uniforms.
I will toss out this card right now. But have you seen a black ISB officer? No, you don't. They're all white.
Shut up.
Thank you very much, Star Wars.
In The Mandalorian, where
yes,
Mando and I forget the comedian's name who's in that.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. They meet an ISB officer, and he's in green.
In green.
He's the
That's
guy.
That's an ISB officer.
It is.
Really? They say that?
I think so.
No, but ISB is white. That's like the canon thing.
Also in Star Wars Battlefront, ISB agents are in black and green, and they have like chest plates on them. I think
it's science fantasy, and we shouldn't give a damn about the color of the
no,
clothes.
screw it.
But a lot of
Moff Tarkin is a Moff, and he's supposed to be in white.
He's a Grand Moff.
He's in a Grand Moff.
Okay, let's fight this out. Because a Moff is not supposed to be in white. The white was originally, like before anything in the extended universe, it was the fucking Grand Admirals, and there was, I think, 9.
Yeah, there are 9 Grand Admirals. And we're not including Thrawn, because that's something entirely different.
Nee, he was a Grand Admiral.
And
he wore white.
After the destruction of the Death Star.
The first
becomes-
one.
The first one, yeah.
Yes.
So there are 9 Grand Admirals,
Yes.
which are in white. Moff Tarkin is not a Grand Admiral in the
Yes.
first. Is not.
And
in
he's
a,
wearing gray. Like he's wearing.
Yes.
I think that's like his whole. Like the Grand Moffs didn't have a uniform at all. It was just. Or like the Moffs, they were like civil personnel. They were like
Here's the thing.
bureaucrats.
Have you read the Moff Tarkin book?
No.
Okay, that goes into Thrawn and Tarkin's relationship with each other.
No. But I've read the first 2 Thrawn books.
So Moff Tarkin is the one who actually designs the uniforms.
Yes.
He designs his uniform and
He's such a micromanaging cunt.
and he specifically designs it not to be white, which is a fun little.
But yeah, the Moffs never had like a uniform really. I think there was like some explanation from the original trilogy, or like you know some behind the scenes book where it's basically he dresses as a military officer because he wants to be like. He has that background from the Clone Wars, and he wants to be like show the people like I'm one of you. Like I think that was his logic.
Tarkin's whole thing was his statement was like, I don't need to stand out. Like people already, if people don't know who I am, then that's their problem. Like he is Grand Moff Tarkin. He doesn't need a white.
He was such a good villain. Like
he was criminally underplayed in
Ep 4.
Yeah, but. Thanks to the expanded universe, he did get a lot better.
After the actor died, and he never got like a series.
And is evil as well, like ruthlessly evil.
The thing is, like, if you watch Clone Wars and you like Rebels and you move on to the original trilogy, basically realize that this guy was more evil than Darth Vader. And like Darth Vader is like at first, like, he starts off like, we should spare like some people, and like even as like already converted Anakin, he's like he is. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to do this. And Grand Moff Tarkin comes behind him and is like, yes, very well, we shall execute this village plus children publicly because we need to make a statement. And you go like, what the fuck?
But going back to Visions.
Yes.
We haven't mentioned the Studio Trigger episode.
There are 2.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, the twins.
Why is that not on either of our top 4?
It is fun. It has no story that makes sense. It is absolutely weird, and it's like...
It's so Studio Trigger.
Yes, they went basically, you know, like, it basically feels like a reskin from Tengen Toppa and Lagan.
It's so... I actually thought it was more Kill la Kill than...
Doesn't matter.
Lagan.
Yeah, but it's space, so it's Lagan for me. It's like...
Yeah.
I mean, they even fight in Kill la Kill, I think. They fight in space.
They even fight in space without any oxygen on the top of a Death Star Destroyer.
And a cool... I want to see that design reused.
It's a great fight as well.
Yes.
But I cannot recommend that episode to anyone.
Yeah.
Because you should already know if you like that sort of thing. If you like Star Wars, you're going to watch Visions. If you don't like Star Wars, you're not going to watch Visions.
Yeah.
If you like anime, you're probably going to watch Visions, even if you're not really a Star Wars fan.
Yes, because it doesn't feel... Like, Star Wars is basically, like, they are good... That's Visions. It's their anime episodes with a reskin, basically.
Some of them hit home closer to Star Wars than...
Yeah, the Ninth Jedi did. The Village Bride
and so
did.
did the Village Bride did.
Like, all the ones we like, because we are mainly Star Wars fans, with second... Like, our main thing is usually Star Wars, and then second it is anime. So, I think that's a lot how people decide on what they like. I think there will be some anime fans that will be like... T0B1 is like a great episode. It's like well animated and everything. I like this one where we like I can recognize it is a very good episode, but it's still, you know, it's not.
I love the ending of the twins as well, which sets up that guy as being the next Luke, or a Luke similar with the twin sons and the X-wing.
Yes, the twins is. What we talked earlier about games being tech demos for new.
That's Trigger just showing off.
Yeah, they're just like, this is what Star Wars could look like if we go anime.
I think it's more of this is what we do and we do it really well.
Yeah, And they
You
do
know?
it so well. Like
They do.
I enjoyed it. It's like it has
Yeah.
basically it has no story. Like fuck story. It's like an 80-minute.
yeah.
It's like the same for me as the fucking Dragon Ball Super movie Broly. It's just like you know. It's like there's like we don't care about the story at all. Like have you seen the Super movie?
Yeah, of course I have.
Yeah, where they
which
basically
is
the
a
storyline.
fantastic movie, but the first
So
10
good.
minutes are plot, the next hour and 30 is fight.
Like let's be honest, and the plot is being Bulma wants the Dragon Balls to be 5 years younger. Frieza wants to be the Dragon Balls to be 5 centimeters taller. And they just go like, let's fight for 50 minutes because this is the plot hook. And you go like, what the fuck? And it's amazing. It's still like, it is super fun. It is enjoyable. And that's the twins. It's like, there's like, we have a super weapon. It is sabotaged.
Yeah.
Let's fight.
We have a super weapon. We have a super weapon that is 2 Star Destroyers glued together.
Speaking of
And
glue,
it's
Meryl, are you
brilliant.
still there?
What?
Yeah, there you go, Muffin Boy. So, yeah, but Visions, it is amazing. I can just wholly recommend it, and like at
I
least
can't
go the
recommend it. You see, that's the problem with Visions.
What?
I can't
Why would you
Follow-
say
hold
that
on,
now
hold
that
on,
we're
follow-
finally fucking stopping?
Hold on, follow my train of thought. I can't recommend Visions to anyone because 1, if you're a Star Wars fan, you already know Visions. You've probably already watched it.
Mhm.
2, if you're not a Star Wars fan, you're probably not going to want to watch it. And 3, if you're an anime fan, you're probably not going to watch it either. Maybe might watch it. Who am I going to recommend Visions to who isn't a Star Wars fan?
I would recommend single episodes. Like, I
But
would.
what's the point? I disagree. I can't recommend Visions because if I'm going to recommend it to someone, they've probably already watched it because I know they like Star Wars and I know they like anime.
I mean, yes,
in that
if you
case-
recommend, like, you do the same that I do, which is like basing your recommendations on who is asking you for a recommendation. So you go like,
Yeah.
oh, I know this person doesn't like science fiction, so I will not recommend this.
Exactly.
That's true, but
I'm not going to
to
just force Star Wars onto everyone if they don't like Star Wars. So I'm not
No.
going to recommend Visions to anyone.
But if someone comes to me and is like, I don't know them, and they just like on the street and they hit me like, yo, bro, should I watch Visions? And I'm like,
Who comes up to you and says "Yo, bro" in the middle of the street?
I don't know. It's like maybe you're not just as likable, but
I am not as likable. Yeah, between the two of us, I'm the unlikable one. That's a thing.
That's only because I'm whoring out myself, like
That's true.
on a regular basis. But yeah, I like if someone asked me like, can you recommend Visions? Like if I'm not sure if I want to watch it, I would be like, sure, hit it up. It's short, like even like it's not like I'll recommend you like a K-drama that has 20 episodes of 90-minute episodes where it's like a serious time commitment. But it's just like you can watch like in where you watch a normal episode of like whatever Breaking Bad 40 minutes. You can watch the dual Tatooine Rhapsody and the twins, and I think out of those at least one will be like you will be well entertained. Maybe if you're not
Also-
a Star Wars fan or an anime fan, like twins will leave you
Yeah.
cold. But Tatooine Rhapsody is like I would say also a mediocre episode, but it has like a fun song. It's catchy, it's good in Japanese, not in English.
See, now hold on. You see, you're doing a discredit to the English voice acting in Visions, which is good.
Yes.
It
But the
don't. It's good.
song is not.
The song. I think there is a translation difference between the lyric, because clearly the episode was originally done in Japanese. The song was created for a Japanese rhythm and lyrics. When you transfer that over to an English, it doesn't work as well as it possibly should do. But I think the voice acting across the series is brilliant.
Yes.
Whether you watch it in English or Japanese.
Yes. But yeah. That's
the problem. Songs in Japanese and then translating them into English, trying to keep the same rhythm and tempo, doesn't work. Unless you're the Haruhi Suzu, whatever that song is.
Haruhi Suzumiya, God knows.
Yeah, which for some reason does work.
It's so
Possibly
good.
because of just because the voice actor in that really gets.
She's like a professional singer, so yes.
Yeah, and but I think she just works it And I'm pretty sure she actually changed some of the lyrics in that song to make it fit better.
That's usually what happens
Yeah.
when, like, in between languages. Like, I don't know if you guys listen to Sabaton, but they released an album that was the entire album in Swedish, and then they released the same album with English lyrics as well. But some songs changed perspective. From, like, in the Swedish version, it was about a single soldier, whereas in the English version, the song was about a particular battle or like a more general war look.
But that's fine, because Sabaton are effectively re-changing their own song. It's how much does a voice actor get control over someone else's song?
Yeah, no, I don't think they would do that. I think it would be like the studio that records, like, if it's recorded for a show or whatever, the studio will probably have that song written for that episode, and the person who writes the song will be the one who, like, remakes it for the other language.
Shadow just said she made 2 versions, so assuming he means the creator of the song.
God knows.
Made.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But I don't know if that happens in Visions, and if that's the one weak point at that episode, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, again,
what's your least favorite?
Least favorite episode?
Yeah.
Oh, Akakiri. Last one.
I like that one. I didn't like the design of the animation. I didn't like how the Sith lady at the end looks like a fucking macho man, Randy Savage.
Stop! You're scaring Merle.
No, just your fucking terrible taste in women scare me.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and I think we need to disclose here in what I play online as a character. But yeah, it's like, I think it's Tatooine Rhapsody and Akakiri are like the 2 weakest. Everything else I really, really liked.
I didn't like episode 6.
Wait, that's
T0
Toby, basically.
Yeah. Didn't enjoy that one.
It was
mostly because I don't think I like the Astro Boy series, which that is.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, which that is basically the same art style.
I like the art style. Like not the animation, but the whole, like, what fascinated me about the episode wasn't who's a Jedi, who's not, lightsaber fight. I didn't give a fuck about. But the whole reculturing the planet looked so beautiful, like the nature animation and, you know, like the design. I just, like, I love the idea of terraforming a planet and, you know, it being like this style, and it's like, it was really pretty, and that's what I liked about it. Otherwise, it was super forgettable regarding the.
Yeah, I think it's just a weak episode.
If they committed completely to the terraforming thing and just left out the lightsaber fights and Sith, I think I would like it way more. But then again, it could be Star Trek and not Star Wars. Like, if you.
This is disturbing. We almost have the same opinions on most of the episodes. Which I did not think we were going to have.
No.
Shadow, what was your favourite episode?
Now you will have to wait 30 seconds for him to
I
answer.
know, because it's a delay, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So now we sit here in silence until he.
Not silence. We can talk about more Star Wars.
Can we not?
We can talk about my lightsaber collection. I've got 3, Miro.
Actually,
You know that.
wait.
That's pretty.
Melker,
Kong's got one now not because of me, because I think he saw mine and was like, I need to get one.
Yeah. But I will ask the question, the ultimate Star Wars question, which is, if you were a Force user in the Star Wars universe, which color would your lightsaber be?
Shit. That's a difficult question. And now, are you just going purely on aesthetic color or the meaning behind?
No, everything. Meaning.
Meaning. Okay, they would probably be. Or it would either be yellow or green.
So you're like a Force-oriented user or lawful neutral, like a lost.
Well, the yellow ones. Lawyer. The yellow ones are technically the Sentinels.
Yeah, which are rules lawyers.
Yeah, effectively.
You're like,
and they look after the Jedi temples.
What is this thing I posted in the our D&D subgroup, which is basically you like coloring in the lines?
Yeah, pretty much. See, Village Bride and the Ninth was so he likes the same ones as you, Con. Shadow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy that the
The
three
man
of us...
has taste, but yeah.
He does have taste. I'm not.
But they're just like that. Those are the really, really well animated episodes, and the storyline is like both
You said,
storylines.
I think they're the strongest of the episodes.
Yes.
Because the first episode has a great storyline and great animation.
Mm-hmm.
Just not as good as Ninth and Bride.
And also, I feel like they utilize the Star Wars theme more like than a reskin. Like the other episodes sometimes feel like the other episode could like
if you took away the Star Wars themes, it'd still be a good show.
Samurai plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like how it works. And those two, like Ninth and Village Bride, they actually work really well with the theme, expand on it a bit. And it's like it yes, you like I don't know if you could do Village Bride without the Star Wars theme, and that's like the good point of it.
Yeah.
Well, my lightsaber color would be red because I hate everyone. But aesthetically it would be blue because it's my favorite color.
Do you know what I did with the fucking
Do you know what I did with the fucking?
Yes, no, with the screen, like
Nothing
our title picture thing.
Can I also point out I love the fact that they kept, or I kind of love and hate that they kept the Kyber crystal theme completely different through all of the fucking episodes.
Ninth Jedi had I love like the Smith, and the color change is like, oh my god,
Love
that's
that.
so good.
Love that idea that all Kyber
Yes.
crystals are the same, but they resonate differently depending on your connection with the Force. Love
Yes.
that idea.
Yeah.
Because I cannot stand current Kyber crystal lore or previous lore.
Jesus Christ.
I
if
don't
you
like either of them.
Don't touch me with bleeding lightsabers. It's like,
I like bleeding lightsabers more than I like synthetic red crystals,
yes.
which is a whole different conversation to have
Yeah, but
between legacy and current canon.
If they put Ninth Jedi Kyber crystal lore into canon, I would be like,
Yeah,
this is an
so
improvement.
happy.
Let's go.
Because I love the fact that the lead female in the Ninth Jedi doesn't have a strong connection with the Force, thus her lightsaber is physically weaker than the other ones. Despite
True.
her being a much better saber wielder than the others.
So she'd win in a regular sword fight, but
Yeah, if it was sword on sword, she'd win easily. But the fact that her
I
lightsaber doesn't fully emit against the Sith acolytes that do
she
fully emit.
has erectile dysfunction.
No, she doesn't. It's just thinner and weaker and
Oh, I
not
see.
coloured. It's like kind of a weird grey.
Yeah, or like
that make
transparent gray.
It's like a transparent, grey
Ah.
saber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you did with the picture, Kong, for the event. Yeah.
I guessed, and I was very much right. Like, it wasn't guessing. It was like, I know you guys.
Oh, is that our colours for lightsabers?
Yeah, you were green.
Yeah.
You were red.
Yeah.
I mean, I think lore-wise, I would be red, but if I could choose my own color, I would have blue because it's my favorite color.
So,
Well,
so you
that's-
would be a Sith with a blue lightsaber.
Yes.
Let's go.
Which I historically didn't understand why. Why can't Sith have different coloured lightsabers?
Because
mean,
that
they
was like the original lore was that red
Was they
crystals have
couldn't-
power and blah.
No.
No, there was
No.
that the synthetic
The
crafting.
synthetic, yeah. So
Yeah.
back in original lore, the planet on which Kyber crystals were mined was owned by the Republic.
Yes.
So Sith couldn't physically get to the planet to collect their crystals.
But
So they had to make them, and that's why they were all red.
but
They
wasn't
were
it?
artificial.
Yeah, but wasn't the artificial stronger? Like for some
No.
reason, and like that's why they recraft. Like some Jedi, like that went Sith recrafted their sabers.
Yeah, normally because they wanted to see it as like their current lightsaber was a repression of their current like state.
It's
So
a
they were like, I
symbolic
can't
thing.
use my it's more symbolic. Like I can't use my old Jedi lightsaber, so I'll just make a new synthetic Sith saber.
Yeah. Okay, I mean,
which is okay, but doesn't really work very well in the current lore, which is why I'm glad they changed it. But bleeding lightsabers doesn't work as well.
and as much as it pains me to say, but cleansing a bleeding lightsaber also doesn't well.
Yeah, thank you, Ahsoka, for that
That's
horseshit. It is. I know you have a massive.
She's a good
opinion.
character. She's the best character, best written character. I would like next to Luke or with Luke until Last Jedi happened. I like the extended universe, and I will die on this hill. It's like.
So for anyone that doesn't know, bleeding lightsabers is a technique used by the Sith when they kill other Jedi, take their lightsabers and effectively corrupt the positive Jedi energy in the Kyber crystal and put their own hate and misery and power into the Kyber crystal.
I just imagine it like they sitting in their meditation chamber and just yelling at the crystal until the crystal changes.
Did you read the Darth Vader comic where he gets his bleeding crystal? Yeah, that is a good comic. Apart from some chapters. Yeah, and then it annoys me because then the discussion about how does Kylo Ren get his lightsaber, because he's not bleeding anything into that because it's half broken and rubbish.
While I will say that Adam Driver is an amazing actor, and yes, please do more. Kylo Ren is a massive fuckboy. So.
Anyway, we've talked far too much about Star
Wars. You touched a topic that I.
We could. I don't want to.
There's a comic.
Your
know, I will need to plug this, but I really, really want the fucking Dr. Afra series. Give me something. She's like, such an amazing character. The comic series is so good.
Yeah, I think she only works in a comic series.
I
don't think she translates well into film
animation
or TV. Yeah.
Can I get an anime?
Maybe they could do like a CGI bad trooper thing. Whatever it's called.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch, yeah.
Like the Clone Wars style.
Yeah.
Give me this.
But it should be like a single series contained prequel era. You know, where she belongs. Don't bring her forward.
Yeah.
Don't try and twit around with her.
Don't try to make the sequels work.
Yeah, just slot her in somewhere around where her comics are, and just go from there.
Or give me like an Indiana Jones style like animation movie with
Sith
her.
Hunt, yeah.
I'm like, doesn't have to be a series. Just 90 minutes of fun.
Tomb Vader.
What did he say?
Tomb Vader.
Tomb Vader, not funny. Get out.
Fuck you. I thought it was funny.
Come on.
Anyway,
cream
that's
cheese
it.
Boy.
That's got to be it.
Thank you for listening to the Dented Eggs podcast. We went way over time because these two never know when to shut up. But
I mean, we could keep going for another half an hour at least.
Yeah, you're dealing absolutes here. It's like
I touched a button that is Adam Driver and Kong's disgust over Kylo Ren.
Jesus Christ, such a fuck.
I hope we forget that until next podcast. Thank you all for listening. I'm gonna take off now.
Wait, if you want to be a guest on the Dented Ed podcast, please message Kong, because I'm gonna ignore you.
I already invited Lila for the next time.
You can message me as well if you want.
If you want to be a guest and come on here and talk absolute nonsense for about an hour, please message us because we'd love to have you on.
Yes, hopefully next time Lila will be available. If not, I mean, that would be sad, but
we've had worse.
She probably will be, and it will probably be a lot more interesting for everyone.
We're gonna have to work on Meryl's introductions as well.
Oh God!
It's just like limp dick introductions.
Look, the first time we had a podcast, I asked you guys, do you want me to work on an intro? Do you want me to do like a serious intro? And you were like, no, just fucking go with it.
That doesn't sound like us at all.
No, not at all.
I think you're painting us in a bad light. I will not stand for this.
You don't stand at all.
That's true. I am sat down.
You are sitting.
There you go.
Okay,
Yes.
next time better introductions and less Star Wars.
Less Star Wars.
No Star
Better
Wars.
introduction.
Next time, any Star Wars, I'm putting my foot down. No Star Wars.
Just you wait until all of the new series comes out. We've got Ahsoka, we got Kenobi, we've
Mandalorian,
got Mandalorian 3,
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's coming. I'm sure there'll be some more animated
I don't
ones.
care.
Do you see the Damocles lightsaber hanging above your head?
Yeah, there's going to be some new movies that we get to talk about soon that aren't Skywalker related, which I cannot wait